Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We've got your daily reading here for Tuesday, June the 9th. So the moon moves into Aries today, so you might be feeling a little bit more energetic. Perhaps you are feeling like you are wanting to take action on something, start something, right? It's great action, a great energy for initiating conversations, initiating projects, all that kind of stuff. So it can be a really wonderful energy that brings you some motivation and inspiration. But the rest of our day is like there's some good things happening today. And the moon in Aries, we've got a sextile with Uranus and Gemini. So talk about being motivated to get things done. Uranus is pretty new in Gemini, right? So we've only been there for just a little over a month, and so this can be a lot of potential for you spiritually, because Uranus is the great awakener. Logically, this can be a great opportunity or great energy, supportive of your ideas, really supportive of communication. So there could be some signs, something headed your way today. There could be some, really kind of interesting conversations, but you could just be kind of, really, there's a lot of potential here for following your dreams, to connecting with people, all this kind of stuff, right? Uranus is not just our great awakener. We awaken to spirit, but we can also awaken to the truth, to possibilities, to our dreams. Uranus is also the wild card, okay? So shocks and surprises often come about with Uranus energy, and we just never know quite what it's going to be. So you could get some surprising news. Someone could reveal something, tell you something that you're not expecting. You might find that you're willing to discuss something or reveal something about yourself, perhaps, right? Uranus does set us free, so anything not nailed down, okay, could potentially be shaken loose, all right? But it's a good thing. It's a sextile energy, so there's a lot of potential here, pure potential, right? So we have to work a little bit, okay, to get something done or get something started, but fortunately the moon is in Aries, right? So we've got that energy and that motivation. That is at right bright and early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning on the Pacific coast, 9 on the Eastern coast, okay? But it's not a one and done energy. It's not just this energy that's going to come in and leave after 5 minutes. This is a much bigger energy, and, this can stick with you for a few days, especially since we actually have some action coming up with Uranus on Friday. And so this can be a really helpful energy to propel you through your week. We also have a conjunction with the moon in Aries and Neptune in Aries, just 3 hours after that sextile with Uranus. And so Neptune is all about our dreams, our spiritual self. So you could have something here that is shown to you. Neptune is also about our dreams, modern day ruler of Pisces, right? So it could be something connected with what you've been going through for the last couple of days. And, when we have a conjunction, we work together. It's, a conjunction is like the most powerful positive aspect. So it's a really good thing. So you could be working with people, perhaps, especially since we've got Uranus today, there could be something that you are awakening to. So I would really just be open and aware for signs, symbols, synchronicities, because these could be like whacking it out of the park today. Some of you might be motivated to, expand or re-engage, perhaps with your spiritual practice there. But Neptune can bring fog, okay? It can bring confusion, it can bring some fog. So this might be where you might need to seek out resources to get clarity on something here as well. But it's probably something personal to you with your goals and dreams. We've got a sextile coming up. See, all kind of really good things today. A sextile, about at 11 a.m. Pacific, so tack on 3 hours for the East. And this is a sextile between the moon in Aries and Pluto in Aquarius. So there could be something, that you are wanting to change, or some changes that are already set in motion. Okay. Pluto is in Aquarius, right? So Pluto can be about your power. Pluto in Aquarius can be power to the people, or power to, focus and achieve your wishes and your goals and your dreams, right? Aquarian energy rules the 11th house. So there could be something here. A sextile, you could be working with other people. Now, I will say with this energy here, this can be that people, a reminder to you that people, when we work together for the common good and the common cause, and for our higher power, and for the good of everybody, morality of everybody, we can take our power back. Okay, so there could be some really important and powerful things going on globally today. Okay, it can be like peaceful protests, power of the people to make some positive change, right? It can be things like that. It can be some news, coming out to the people. Now with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto today, okay, this could be something, of course, about the goings on in Iran. Neptune does rule the waterways, and Neptune also, of course, rules like some natural resources, liquids, right? So oil and gas, we all know where that's stuck. So there could be some potentially positive or, groundbreaking news in some way today. How do you pick it all out of the multiple news cycles? Who knows? Okay, but there could just be something here that is either set in motion or comes to fruition. All right. But then we do get to, our beautiful conjunction, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock on the East. And this is Venus in Cancer in a conjunction with Jupiter in Cancer. So Cancerian energy is all about your house, home, your family, your siblings, your sense of security and privacy, where you live. But it's a nurturing energy here as well. So if you've been going side to side on something, as the Cancerian crab tends to do, then you might be finding your way forward, okay? Instead of back and forth and back and forth. And that can be your gift, okay? Some of you will be gifted by getting out of your comfort zone. Some of you may have something that is coming to fruition today, and it may not necessarily happen today. As I said yesterday, over the next couple of days is where this may play out in some way. And it may just be that you are finding resources and things a little bit easier than previously, right? So it's like right place at the right time kind of thing, or you need to buy something, but it's like, oh, I'm on a budget, and then you go to buy it and it's on sale, right? Those kind of things can happen. So sometimes it's little things with this, but sometimes it's like the bigger picture. So let's get your cards. We got the Goddess of the Moon, okay? And this is very spiritual energy, very psychic energy. Really pay attention to your intuition, okay? Work with the energy of the moon if you're looking to start something new, right? Light a candle with some intention about starting something new. But the moon does remind you of cycles, right? Sometimes we're, starting something new. Sometimes we're wrapping things up. And we are in a week's time coming into a new moon in Gemini. So maybe there's something there, because Uranus is in Gemini. So maybe there's something there that's being sparked for you today. But this is a card of meditation and connection, a higher power, right? And there's all that Uranus energy for you. We have hostilities again. Interesting. This came out yesterday. Okay, so that's super weird that should come out today. So again, storylines don't necessarily start and stop in one day. So this can just be, interesting. Maybe there is some sort of end to some hostilities, right? Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Maybe. That could be kind of playing out as a little bit of a bigger picture there, but this can also be a reminder for you to find your peace. Okay. Connect with, connect with the moon, connect with spirit, find some meditation, find some time for that. That'd be really great for you today, especially with Uranus there. But we need to find peace. This can be a message of letting go, right? And not always the easiest thing to do is to let things go that we've been holding on to. But again, Uranus is here to shake things up so you can move forward in a more free-spirited kind of energy, right? Uranus brings you freedom. So, this can be, again, where things that aren't nailed down that you want to keep, they can just kind of simmer away, just float away. So keep in mind that hostilities, but that is reversed. So let's see what else comes in. Another moon card. Holy moly. That's crazy, right? So we've got the moon and we've got the goddess of the moon. So, this moon cycle, right? Because we are starting over, Pisces moon yesterday is about endings, right? And wrapping things up. And the moon today entering Aries, we're starting to go through that, the zodiac cycle again, right? So another journey through everybody. And Aries is about the new, or starting fresh, or doing something differently, right? Gives you that motivation. So that moon energy today is really coming through. The moon card is also Pisces energy, and of course the modern day ruler is Neptune. So there could be something hidden that's revealed today. There could be some sort of mystery. The moon does bring secrecy, illusion, fears, and phobias. It can bring about paranoia, obsessive energy here as well. Okay, so you might be just working through, again, something internally and breaking free from those things, right? Facing your fears, challenging yourself to do something that you're afraid of, looking at things in a different light. Or perhaps the moon says that you need to shine some light and have clarity on a situation here. But again, the ebb and the flow of things, the moon does remind you to face your fears, do something that you wouldn't normally do, have that conversation, or say hello to a stranger, right? Whatever that happens to be. But the moon is tied to your dreams and to your intuition, your psychic abilities. So again, there can be some sort of awakening or sign or something coming in here for you today. Be very different for each and every one of you. We also have the Nine of Swords, fears and worries and anxieties, sleepless nights. And we've got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so your prevailing energy is this moon energy, right? But we've got, with the Nine of Swords, right, we can have nightmares, we can feel anxious, again, fears coming up here. Turn off the news for at least a day. Okay, if you're finding yourself going down a rabbit hole of being caught up in all these news cycles, being informed is one thing, being obsessed is another. Okay, and it will keep you stuck in this energy. We don't want to live there. We don't want to be there. There are things that we can do as a collective to shift things, to shift some energy, or to make our voices heard, to facilitate change. But there are other things that are beyond your control. The wheels are already in motion. Things have to play out. And so looking at the news cycles 50 times a day is not going to be helpful for your psyche. Okay, so that Nine of Swords is restrictive energy. We're fearful, we're anxious, we're overthinking, overanalyzing things, and it's not good for us. It's not good for our sleep. It's not good for our mental health. This is a card of self-imposed restriction, right? So we need to break out of this, and I feel like the moon is helping you, the goddess of the moon, right? I feel like you're being guided and protected, and I think that Uranus here today, will perhaps shake you out of this kind of energy. Now we do have the Seven of Swords as well, and this can be about lies and deception. It can be about, an enemy, cheating and theft and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe there's some news about our wonderful wonderful news cycle sucking president there. You just never know. So there could actually be something revealed today, especially with Pluto in Aquarius coming out in the mix full force today. So there could be some, revelations about lies, deceit, and corruption. Things like that can all come out of here, and you're worried about it, right? Or worried about what else is going to come out of these news cycles. So these here, you might be dealing with some real world things, okay? But it can just be an element of being overwhelmed by the media, right? And Uranus and Gemini can be like, big news from the media perhaps, right? And, it does have us feeling kind of icky. You might be dealing with a person, maybe someone did do you dirty with that Seven of Swords, or do you trust yourself? Seven of Swords, right? Are you going back and forth on something? Seven of Swords sometimes is that. The imagery on this particular card is a little bit different, but in the regular Rider-Waite, right? We've got a guy holding some swords. He's like, okay, these are mine, but he keeps looking back over his shoulder, right? Is it that he doesn't trust that he's chosen the right ones, the right path? Or is it like, I'm not sure, I'm back and forth on something, right? I'm going side to side. And so today can be that day where you need to figure out your straight path forward, okay? Trust your emotions, trust your intuition, okay? And pay attention to the signs, because again, there could be something here that does get revealed, and maybe it does make you anxious, but this can also be where you can take back some of your own personal power today, okay? But that moon energy, your intuition, okay? Meditate, connect with nature if you're feeling like things are out of control, okay? And this can really help you to move forward, to move past something, or break free of a cycle. The moon's all about cycles. So be interested what happens today, but remember, in the luckiest day of the year, a little bit of magic can be in the air. I'll leave that there for you guys. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know what if anything, that comes about from Venus and Jupiter for you. It could be change by the looks of this thing, or you find out the truth of something, and that can be a gift. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable truths with Jupiter there, but a gift nonetheless. But I am happy to see you guys here. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.